What's not to like about social media? We love social media. Social media has made life so interesting. There's never a dull moment. When you open up your Facebook or your Twitter or Instagram, there's always something interesting. And part of what's really interesting about social media is how people can really get into each other. And they start saying nasty things. And while on one hand, it might come across as mean-spirited, sometimes these fights and these petty insults that people hurl around at each other can be a source of great entertainment. I've had great fun hurling those insults myself and laughing at the insults that are hurled back at me, sometimes unprovoked, but it's part of the magic of social media. Unfortunately, though, it looks like there are some people who want to spoil the fun. And how do they want to do that? They want to take people to court for saying nasty things about them on social media. There is a very interesting guy by the name of Duncan Abigaba, who, if you're not following on social media, you should. He is the former deputy director of the government's Citizens Interaction Center, GCIC, and he has come out and announced that he is suing a social media critic by the name of Mwesigye Frank for what you say, alleged defamation, apparently. Through his lawyers, Duncan Abigaba argues that Frank Mwesigye made comments during one of their exchanges on social media where defamatory statements were made that caused him massive embarrassment. And these defamatory statements have to do with Abigaba's alleged inability to perform in the bedroom. The lawsuit reads, "Our client contends that the above statements were defamatory, derogatory, false, and malicious, and the publication of the same has caused our client to suffer hatred, contempt, ridicule, odium, and embarrassment with the capacity to lower his self-esteem amongst right-thinking members of society generally and his peers in particular." And through his lawyers, Abigaba wants Mwesigye to pay 100 million shillings in damages and also 10 million shillings to his lawyers as legal fees or face the law. This is crazy. Prince, what do you think about this? Aren't you surprised that there's people that want to take their friends to court for saying something petty on social media?
Yeah, I'm very shocked, very shocked. Actually, if you see how long these guys have been having an exchange all the way from last week, they have been having this exchange just because of one statement that Duncan made, like it was the SFC announcement of
the roads.
Yeah, of the roads. So he has been having it with that guy, but it's petty to me. Actually, social media is just a place. Okay, it's a good place for interactions and communications, but I don't really take it as a real place, as in to really get me to a mood of feeling, so personal.
Speak for yourself. Other people take it very personally to the extent that they're suing people.
Words wouldn't get me to that extent of wanting to sue someone.
I mean, look, part of what makes social media fun is
the
banter. And sometimes, yes, it's petty and stupid.
True.
But that's what makes it fun.
That's what makes it fun. And actually, he has gained a lot of attention through that banter.
Right? So why then drag Frank Mwesigye to court over allegations that he has challenges in the bedroom? I mean, worse things have been said to me by my detractors on social media. If you express an opinion on any hot topic, those who disagree with you,
there have to be people who disagree
will
with you.
say unkind things to you.
And there are people who are just there to say unkind things. Like, that's their purpose.
Yeah.
There are people who hate, who are just haters of someone, and they can never come good.
Yeah, but what happened to the mantra of, hey, your haters make you stronger?
And then what doesn't kill you and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly. So the fact that you have haters is proof that, you're saying something important. And
True.
That's how I like to process all the negativity that I get. I use it as fuel. Not just that, I leverage it for engagement. On social media, which helps me and really anyone who's on social media.
Anyone who understands the way social media works. Such provocations or maybe statements, they give you attention.
It gives you attention and it increases your engagement on your platform, which now, in the case of Twitter, might even get you paid.
True. Okay. Yeah. Actually,
and
you get paid, you get more people following you up,
and the more prominent you are on social media through that engagement and attention, well, it can lead to various things. It can lead to endorsement deals, ambassador deals, influencer deals.
Huge
if
things.
You're in political circles, well, you gain clout, which this guy certainly would be happy to get the clout, you would think.
It's too petty. It's petty of him, and I doubt even if you'll get a penny out of that guy. I saw the reaction of Frank over that statement was like, so 100 million Ugandan shillings can sort out all of your problems. You're stuck in Russia and blah, blah, blah. Like, wow.
Oh my gosh. So you've been following their back and forth, huh?
Yeah, I've been following their back and forth.
Okay.
That shows you how, because I'm not so much of their followers. I don't follow any of them on X, but because they have been trending, they have,
Exactly. So
that shows you how
it just
that exchange gives you, traction. People get to know you.
right. So he's coming out looking like the loser in this game.
In this game,
Because some guy says you're weak in bed. I mean, do you know how many years they've been saying that to me? I mean, it only just stopped recently after I got a child, but for the longest time I was called impotent,
people used to say a lot of
sterile,
stuff.
gay, social media. That's what they were saying about me all the time. And, I just laughed it off and leveraged that for clout, attention, and engagement, and I have reaped its fruits.
Yeah, you've reaped its fruits. So one thing this guy needs to understand, he has to know how this thing rolls, how this thing works on social media. And the one who is now feeding off this banter the most is Frank. Frank is now, he's now going to get on the better side of the whole
because
banter. And
more guys are going to want to follow him.
Yeah.
And it's going to make him even more powerful and more
and the other guy is
influential.
He's weak. He's seeming like the weak guy. And because honestly, I wouldn't take social media, insults or whatever people say personal. I wouldn't take it. I would only get into a personal mood if it's a physical, kind of engagement. That's why maybe I would feel my emotions really get to another level. But social media wise, it's just a game that people need to understand how to play and take on.
Yeah, so I don't know, man, because a part of me thinks, wait, this can't be real, but apparently it is. It is. The guy is seriously suing for defamation, and that just blows my mind completely. So, look, I don't know what kind of insecurities he's battling, and I also don't know how it will be adjudicated. I would think that whatever Mwesigye said would fall under the umbrella of opinion, and I don't know
Free speech.
And free speech, and I don't know if that would qualify as defamation, because for it to be defamation, do you not have to allege a factual claim? Like if some guy said to me, yo, that's why your game is weak, or you can't perform in a bed, isn't that just a matter of opinion?
It's an opinion. It's not defamation, actually, if you look into it. That it's just like,
because if someone said, oh, in 1985 you went and you stole this person's money, that would sound defamatory.
True.
That would be defamatory. Or if someone said you infected someone's wife with HIV, that's defamatory. But someone just says, go, you're weak in bed.
So what that guys normally even throw at each other sometimes and what? It's just like,
think of all the unkind and unflattering things politicians say to each other every day. Even our president has called people names and said things about...
Actually, he's the guy who gets so much banter. Like people are throwing different insults to him, but he doesn't care about all that stuff.
Anyway, if he wins the case, I think it'll open the floodgates of more lawsuits where everyone will say, oh, so I can get paid from this? All right.
From this?
Someone called me a bad name the other day.
Back.
let me go sue them.
You'll also go track back all those people that have been,
let me check my feed for all the insults. Let me read all the negative comments.
But I doubt if he'll win the case. I doubt if they get to court.
All right. Well, I guess
we'll qualify to be defamatory, just like...
Well, I guess we'll see. Okay. But so for us, look, I know that it's the holiday season, so we should be warm and charitable and loving and friendly towards everyone.
Yeah.
But hey, if occasionally people want to be naughty on social media, just embrace it for what it is.
And that's... Social media is more about the naughtiness and less of, that kind of seriousness and serious stuff. When it's all about the serious stuff, people are silent.
Yeah, because
come with that crazy kind of, talk. Wow.
Yeah, that's what gets people excited.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we'll keep updating you, regarding this lawsuit. Will it see a day in court? Will it be settled? Will he drop the lawsuit? What is going to happen? We'll keep track of the story and update you as we learn more. Otherwise, do keep listening to your number one station. It is RX Radio, and this is the Fatboy Show.